Now, this is the outfit. She's cute. She's approachable. It's all black. The fro is out. Yes, those are little kitten heels, so I can do a little click, clack, click, clack, click, clack as I'm walking to my first class seat. Also had a nice little smoothie. Had to put something on the stomach. I know they was going to feed me on this plane, but still, you never know what it's going to be. Okay.
5 shows made 3 million a week. You are now looking at the bestie elite. You are now looking at the bestie elite. You are now looking at the best.
Hey there, bestie. Welcome to the summer sessions. Live life with me and learn something on the way. I don't know if you can tell from this very open, very being packed bag, but we are traveling as a model today. Yes, let's get into it, okay? Because this is all expense paid. Won't he do it? And he will. This is not my first rodeo traveling as a full-time model, but this was definitely one for the books. I am so happy to be bringing you guys with me, so let's do this. As you guys can see, I have a full bag and I have my carry-on. I'm wearing all black because if you travel as a girly, you know. Now, because I was going first class, I made sure that my airport wear was cute. I was not just going to be in there in some just, workout outfits and just going from there. I didn't want to do that. I at least wanted to put something together, look presentable, look approachable, because you never know who's going to be in the seat next to you. Now, I will tell you, the reason I opened up packing this bag is because I literally forgot I was in first class. So I really packed a smaller bag. And when I realized I'm in first class, I quickly unpacked and packed a bigger bag. Okay. Now, this is the outfit. She's cute. She's approachable. It's all black. The fro is out. Yes, those are little kitten heels, so I can do a little click, clack, click, clack, click, clack as I'm walking to my first class seat. Also had a nice little smoothie. Had to put something on the stomach. I know they was gonna feed me on this plane, but still, you never know what it's gonna be. Okay. Hair is out. Outfit is together. Now let's get on the road. Okay. One thing I'm not gonna be is late for a flight. I have done that maybe twice in my life. Each time I cry. Okay. So to avoid the tears and wasting an outfit, we went to the airport like 3 hours ahead of time. Okay. Yes, this was still a domestic flight, but I literally left my house 3 hours ahead of time because, as you can see, it's raining. People love to not know how to drive when it's raining, y'all. Okay. This is coming from a South Florida girly. People love to not know how to drive when it's raining. God forbid we ever get snow. All right. But traffic aside, we actually did get there in a reasonable amount of time. I was so excited. I didn't care how early in the morning it was. Okay. I didn't care how much traffic it was because I was going to be on time for this flight. All right. Now, the job itself, I was so excited. I should show you guys. I'm going to put that in a future video. I was so excited for just the audition for this job. Okay. I auditioned for this job, I want to say maybe like a month before I actually booked it. I auditioned for it, recorded myself because, I love to take you guys along with me as I'm doing things as a model, especially when I'm doing it full time. So I take you guys with me for my first audition. I take you guys with me again for my second audition, which is my callback. And then I literally recorded when my agent called me. We played phone tag for like a day and a half. But when we finally got on the phone, she was just like, that job that you had been auditioning for? And I was like, yeah, I thought I just didn't get it. And she was just asking me if I was available to be an extra. And she was like, you booked it. And I was like literally screaming. I still have the audio. Oh my gosh. But it was just such a moment to really just show you to just keep going, honestly. And this is a SAG job, baby. So the residuals, iconic. The seating, iconic. The per diems, iconic. The flight, the hotel, everything iconic. So I really can't wait to take you guys with me on this job. Also, as you guys can see, I was very confused as to where I was going because they were giving me so many instructions. But I got everything situated. I printed out my boarding pass. I, self-tagged my bag, put that in the bag drop, took my little carry-on with me, click, clack, click, clack. And then, I honestly just set up and really tried to decompress. I uploaded a lot of these clips that you guys are going to be seeing in this video, future videos. And I really want you guys to get the full aspect of what it's like from start to finish to really do a travel day as a model. So now that you guys know how I actually got here, let's actually break down what I recommend when you are traveling as a model. Step number 1. Always have a comfortable outfit. You guys saw what I have on. You see the kitten heels. Normally, those would be black boots, okay? But doing a nice little face, having your hair out, that's up to you if you want to just put a little extra boom into it. I did, from sitting in first class and be memorable, okay? But no, in all seriousness, be comfortable, be chic. You never know who you're going to run into at the airport. Keep it simple, keep it cute. Next, always have an extra pair of clothing in your carry-on. That bag, once it's out of your hands, it's out of your hands. Okay? Get your little toiletries, put that in your carry-on, electronics that you need, anything analog as well. I love having a journal, having a book, because sometimes you just need a break from the screens, and sometimes you ain't got no Wi-Fi. So, in case you were wondering what seat I was in. But no, seriously, when you're traveling, get there at least 2 hours ahead of time. 3 if you like me, whether it's domestic or international. Nobody likes missing a flight. Okay, and if the flight is delayed, you now have proof and you can get yourself your little kickback. Okay, I flew United, they did their thing. Also, quiet as kept, that young lady that just passed, I actually knew her. I'll break that down in a future episode. Okay, but I was able to plan out everything. I was able to get my complimentary champagne, a little mimosa to start the day. We haven't even taken off. Get into it. Able to get into my book. Okay. And I want you guys to know, I'm not forgetting to tell you guys like tips for traveling. I just want you guys to also know what's going on. So after your outfit is cute, after you have your carry-on with your essentials, after you've gotten to the airport, 3 hours early, have something for you to do on this flight. Okay. It's one thing, of course, I'm a planner. I'm very type A. It's one thing to, pop in a video or listen to music. It's a whole nother to be able to eat your first class meal. It's also another to be able to plan what you want to do once you land, get your schedule in order, maybe look up some things that you want to do, or maybe just eat. Whatever works for you, But overall, you just want to make sure as a model, you are prepared, you are on time, because nobody wants to tell the client that you missed your flight. Nobody wants to tell the client that you're delayed. Nobody wants to tell the client that everything was paid for and you still couldn't get it together. All right? In the words of my grandmother, on time is late and early is on time. Get that into your skull and move accordingly. Now, outside of all those tips for really a positive and streamlined travel day, the biggest tip I can tell you of all is to expect the unexpected. Leave wiggle room for, forgetting that you can bring a bigger bag. Leave wiggle room for, there being traffic and rain. Leave wiggle room for, boarding being really, really quick. Leave wiggle room for the things that you can't predict so that you can still be able to show up to the best of your ability, especially when traveling. I know I said that was a bonus or the last one, but I'm gonna just throw in one more. Please, 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 if you are traveling for a job, please leave the day before. Especially if it's a flight, fly in the day before. Do not fly in the same day. I don't care if that job is in the middle of the night. Fly in the day before, because anything that can happen will happen. Okay? I'm telling you this from experience. As somebody who has actively flown this year to date at least once a month for a model job, fly in the day before. Okay? If a client is asking when you like to, the day before. Okay? I'd rather you be there, late the day before than late the day of. Now that we are landed in our destination, we're going to go ahead and pick up our bags. That is actually this young lady in the denim jacket. That is actually one of my fellow models for this job. She spotted me on the plane because we were both in first class. Also, we auditioned together and we both booked. I cannot wait to show you guys more behind the scenes of what happened at this job in general, but more specifically at this airport. I will talk to you guys again really, really soon on the next summer sessions, where again, you get to live life with me and learn something along the way. Talk to you guys again really, really soon. Bye.